What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got some huge updates on the speed behind me. Let's get to it. Well, the first thing you're gonna notice here is that we got some sick ass wide body here. I'm gonna include a link in the description on the website so you can get yourself some. These are universal fit, but they don't look like a universal kit. You can tell they got their own unique shape. And today we're gonna go ahead and install those. But wait, there's more. So after the dyno, we did a bunch of stuff to the engine here. It's hard to tell, but one of the things I did is I added power steering. So I added power steering out of a Gen 1 Mazdaspeed3, which uses a mechanical pump, because the electric pump it works under the it works through CAN bus, and it's connected to the airbag modules, and it's kind of difficult to get to work, because yeah, you can power it on and it will work, but it doesn't adjust the input at higher speeds, and that could be a little dangerous. So we went with a mechanical pump that works just fine and doesn't need any wiring. I also went ahead and added the two pumps in the tank. They're DW400s now for sure. They're huge though. They quite didn't fit the billet hat. Let me show you. So I have this billet hat that houses two DW300 pumps, and it's meant for those, so they fit perfect. Now when I added the 400, since they're bigger, they didn't quite work, so I have to modify it and make it work, but it doesn't fit quite right. I don't like it. I couldn't reuse the basket. I don't believe the pumps are all the way down to the bottom of the tank. That could be a problem if I'm running a little low on fuel, or if I'm on the track and all the fuel flushes back towards the back of the tank. So I gotta take care of that. Another thing I'm doing is I'm building the harness that controls lighting, brakes, all that kind of stuff in the car. I didn't have that before, so now I do. And also, if you can see here, I got this Motion Raceworks steering column, and this will take care of that massive chunk from factory that we don't need anymore. Let's come around here to show you. We get here, you can see all this that we just don't need anymore. This stuff is really heavy. It's got the blinker stuff, wipers. We don't need any of that stuff, so all that's gone away. I'm gonna keep the same steering wheel, but everything else is gone out. And I'm also working on my floor mat. So a lot has been going on here, and top it off, the mil-spec harness is getting done as we speak. So it's gonna be done pretty soon here. But anyways, to the mat in hand, we're gonna get to this guys and finalize that. Alright, so here we got a stock fender donated from another Widespeed. You can see my problem right now. The fender's already touching the tire. So that's my first thing. I'm gonna have to start cutting here little by little. The reason I'm doing this is this fender doesn't have the hole for the exhaust, and also I think I cut too far, because I cut it before the alignment, and this wheel was further back than what it is now. So I'm gonna try to cut the least amount as possible and make this work. All right, so I kept cutting some more, and here's the issues that I'm trying to fix. See, I started turning the wheel, and I'm already touching there. And this happens a lot when you got such a wide wheel. Your scrub radius is all messed up, so now the wheel moves a lot when you turn. So I'm gonna have to keep on cutting here. Probably gonna get all the way down here, to be honest with you. But we'll see. I'm gonna go little by little, just so I don't overshoot it. I want it to be just right. Maybe a quarter of an inch gap with the wheel on the widest point. Same thing with the front here. I'm gonna try the front now, but I'm pretty sure once I start turning, this is gonna hit right there. So we'll see. All right, guys, check this out. This is the bare minimum I could cut out of here. Now I could give it a little bit more to allow for some room for the tire expanding and whatnot, but I don't think it's gonna be necessary. Here I'm touching a little bit on that edge, but I'm gonna hammer that in. I'm gonna hammer that in, and it's kind of gonna make that edge a little stronger because it's gonna have a lip, so it's not gonna be touching there anymore. And then if I turn the wheel the other way, so you can see there, we are 100% clear. Now I did have to cut the bolt that was holding this, but what I did is I added a rib nut here. I added a rib nut there, which it didn't have one. You can see there. It was just a plastic clip, so now it's held down there by a bolt. And once I add the other one here, it's gonna be nice and steady. So I think that's pretty good right there. So I'm gonna go ahead now and put the flare on top. Actually, before that, I decided to clip on the front bumper because this dimension right here matters for that flare a whole lot. So I wanted to see that before I mounted it, because I wanted to come all the way down here to the edge. So you can see, got a little bit of a sag going on here. It's not terrible, but I'd rather not have any. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get rid of that. This bumper is really old, so probably those plastics are worn out already. But you can clearly see where I'm gonna have to make a cut all the way down there. So that's what I wanted to do. I'm gonna cut that, make sure the tire doesn't hit anywhere, and go from there. Man, this bumper hasn't been on, I would say, in 4 years. That's crazy. All right, guys, there we are. Cut a bunch of the bumper here, so you can tell, out of pieces. And I kept just shaving away on this edge over here, even a little bit on the inside trim here. I left out one hole there. Might be a mounting point through the side here, so it doesn't flap around. I got a nut there, so I might just make a bracket from there to here, and that's gonna hold the bottom of the bumper to the rest of the car. So that's gonna be nice and solid there. And the hole didn't come out too bad. It looks pretty round to me. So now it is time to mount the flare. All right, guys, here's where we are. It's kind of installed. It's on there. It's not going anywhere. I got these Clecos holding it in place. It's looking pretty damn nice. I molded the bumper there, so you can see it follows the bumper contour as best as I could. This is my first time doing that, so I think the other side's gonna come out a lot better than that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and actually start putting the bolts that are gonna go there. Oh, another thing I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cut it right there, right here. That one is so that the door can open, and this one is over here is so I can take the bumper out with that piece still attached to it. I don't want to be taking out the entire fender flare just to get to the bumper. I don't want to do that. right, well, it's on there. Look at that. Beautiful. Now I am having some issues. One of them is right here. Even though I cut it, now it's putting a lot of pressure in that corner. So you can see how it overlaps, even though this was here before. Maybe because it's not, tries to bend back. Not sure. I'm gonna have to put a little gap here, sand it down, so that it doesn't do that anymore there. And then I'm gonna glue some flanges to the back of it so I can bolt it together. And then in the back here, this is the biggest issue, which not sure what I'm gonna do here yet, but not the gap, because this fender needs to come in a little bit more. The problem is when I open the door, it hits the fender right there. See? Can't open the door any more than that. So yeah. Don't know if I'm gonna cut the fender to make it work or just end it there. I'm not sure. I'm gonna figure that out. But hey, looks pretty damn nice to me. Check this out, guys. I'm so happy right now. It's been a long time and it's looking like a complete car again. This is freaking amazing. Check it out from here. Hell yeah. I still gotta work on some of these panel gaps. Come over here, and I just got this side pretty much mocked up. It's held in place. I got the tape lines where I need to cut. Hell yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get that done and then I'm gonna hop into the back and get that squared away. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started in the rear here. Okay. I got the panel mocked up with some tape. So I'm gonna start drilling some of the holes here and cut the line on the door there. Adelante, adelante, Pablo. Alright guys, I'm not a wide body expert here, but this is kind of what I do. I start with this very small hole, go through both of the pieces, and then widen the hole in the back, put the nut cert. That's what you just saw me doing. And then I widen the hole here on this panel enough for the bolt to go through. So I start with one, making sure that the gaps here to this body line is the same on both sides. And now that I have that, the panel's not going anywhere, so I can start drilling the rest of these holes here in the door as well, and go ahead and make my tape line here following the door. So let's keep going. Alright, I got all of the holes drilled except for this guy right here. Reason why, that's my fuel door, which I'm still gonna keep. If I cut this over here, that's gonna be hard to make work. So I'll try to keep that little piece there, bolted just to that. But most likely I'm gonna delete it altogether and just cover the hole with plastic here. I think this is all still pretty strong. So I guess we'll check back with this guy over here. Now on this side, I got all the holes on the door done. This over here is not gonna make the cut because I'm gonna cut it right on there. So I'm gonna have to add a new hole to bolt it to the bottom there, which is fine. I did it on the other side. So let's get to it. All right, let me give you guys an update here. So you can see everything's cut up. Now there is some adjustment needs to be made. I have to cut this by hand. The bandsaw was not letting me do it. So this, you can see I have to get this a little wider there. Make that circle a little better. But those are fine tunes that I'll be doing later on. Now here, this is the piece that goes over the door. I had to trim it back a little so it's right on the line there. And I had to cover these holes with plastic. Same thing over here. That gets covered up. And then down here, I had to bend this guy in with heat. You apply some heat here with a heat gun, and then you push it in and put some water on it to cool it down fast. And it will keep that shape. And then this over here, I'm gonna add a bracket in the back to keep it with the same contour line. That all sounds pretty easy. It actually takes a lot of time and a lot of back and forth. All right, I'll give you guys an update later on. Alrighty, this is it. This is what it's gonna end up looking. Now there's a second piece that goes from there to the side skirt, but that's not on yet. The doors opens, no problem. I got it covered there and here with plastic, and it's also super strong. You can probably push the entire car from there. That's the bracket holding it there. I still gotta cover this hole here, but the door does open now. I had to make some more room here. But yeah, she's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna clean up here, and I'm gonna show you the other side. So this is what I was referring to. It's gonna have some aluminum pieces that will cover that, and it will attach to a side skirt. Same thing here in the front. It's gonna have something like that out of aluminum. Now the back still needs the diffuser done, but You can kind of see she's looking pretty thick.
Cause I can't move on till I let go.